So, with almost every major movie having come out, I thought I'd talk about the movie theater experience in 2025. Now, I haven't really seen a lot of people saying things online or in person about, oh, movies are dying. But I mean, there is kind of like this underlying thing that the movie theater experience is kind of going away because the lack of a central culture, like a monoculture. So, because there's so many ways to see things and there's so many different things you could see, you don't really have a lot of people seeing the same thing. Now, that's very true. That's very true because most people aren't going to see movies in theaters anymore just because of the way streaming works. Like within a month, you can see movie of the year, right? Like in a month, Fantastic Four, or a month or two, you could see Fantastic Four at home in your own comfort. Now, I will say, I think the way certain things are done, like F1, right? I think that's going to be movie of the year. And the best part about that is that the fact that you have to watch that in theaters exclusively for a long time. I think you still can't see it at home on Apple TV. And Apple's the one who made the movie. So it's kind of surprising. It works and it's better because even though, yes, you can wait, you have to wait a prolonged period of time to the point where you start thinking like, oh, I might be missing out on something, especially when you see something doing so well. And honestly, I think if more movies were like that, I think it'd be better off. Because being able to just see it instantly, you're kind of like, do I really need to watch this right now? Like, I could just wait and watch it. I've been meaning to watch, like, Heads of State, right? Movie with John Cena and Idris Elba. I haven't seen it because it's like, yeah, I can watch it whenever. I went to theater. I saw Fantastic Four the day it came out, technically. I didn't even honestly really care for it, if I'm being quite real, but, doesn't matter. So, more about the experience. Now, going into movies, what I've noticed is that the closer you are to opening day, the better your experience is, which is really weird because it's more crowded. And, like, the theaters are going to be packed, obviously, but because people there care more about the movie, you get a better experience. Like, I saw, right, like I said, Fantastic Four, right? Opening day, IMAX, packed theater. There was only one instance of, like, two people talking, and then somebody asked them to be quiet, and then they stopped. And there was no other noise the entire movie. It was awesome. Because you got to have the feeling of the audience with you, and you got to just enjoy it. But the thing is, when you go and see a movie farther away from its opening day, less people there care about it. And I noticed, like, with Sinners, right? So Sinners, top 3, top 5 movies of the year, for sure, guaranteed. I go and see it. Halfway through the movie, somebody starts smoking. What are you doing in a movie theater smoking? Like, you can go outside and smoke. Nobody's stopping you. But you go into a theater. You pay to smoke extra? Like, really? Come on. And it's like, you don't even know who's doing it, so who are you going to say? Because it's a giant dark room, so you can't even see where the smoke is. That's something weird. But generally, yeah, it's kind of weird that you're better off going closer to the day, which is surprising because you would think, oh, less people, instances where people are going to be talking. No, it's quite the opposite. Like Superman, I saw opening weekend, no issues whatsoever. I just saw Thunderbolts. It might have been opening weekend or the week after, but it was already to the point where there was some grandma that was like being noisy. I don't know why. She was just like sniffling the whole time. It was kind of annoying. With movies, because of how expensive the tickets are, you're less likely to go just because it's like, damn, that's a lot of money for just to see a movie when I could wait and see it at home and it's technically cheaper. Now, the thing about that is, honestly, I've been a big person that's been on the experience of movies. Like, I think it's very different, and you just get to focus more, you get to enjoy it more, and it's more memorable compared to seeing it at home because you're just lying wherever you want, like on your bed, watching it on your tablet or computer or whatever, or phone even. I will say there is nothing like it. If you have a good crowd response to the movie and nobody's being annoying, it's awesome. It's different because you get to experience it with people that feel the same way about it. And it's awesome. With that being said, because you're less likely to go, like there are now very few exceptions for movies doing better. So, an example, right? Like Marvel movies are one of the few movies that are capable of bringing in a big crowd for movies and keeping the movies going. Because honestly, as crazy as it sounds, without Marvel, there would be like 1 or 2 movies a year that might be able to get a decent attraction. Like F1, for example, right? Big movie, but it's built off, the leading guy has been acting for like 30 years, right? So you're telling me it would take a 30-year career to bring people in outside of being a major franchise? Like Mission Impossible as well, right? Honestly speaking, Mission Impossible definitely could have been better. It was a very weirdly marketed movie. It did not come off as a finale, but, whatever, right? good movie. And that is one of those movies that can bring in a big crowd. But at the same time, it's built off Tom Cruise, who's been acting for like 40 years. With that, I mean, Marvel at the same time is being able to help keep it going because you're like, oh, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? But at the same time, as weird as it sounds, I think movie memberships might be a good idea. Like, I have AMC A-list membership. I don't know if other theaters do it. I might throw it up on screen to see if they do. About the same price as a IMAX ticket or Dolby. If you know what Dolby is at AMC, it's like it's technically, like, you could consider it better than IMAX just because the seats are better and the sound's a little better. So you get 3 to 4 movies a week for the price of one ticket per month. So once a month, you pay the same amount you would for a good ticket, and you get 12 to 15 movies. No, it's more like 12 to 16, honestly. With that, you get to just go, and you're more incentivized to go, and you want to go because it's like, oh, I want to use up my membership. I'm paying for it already. I might as well. Now, the problem is that the second that a lot of people keep getting it, because I'm assuming that the only reason things haven't changed in terms of movie pricing and memberships and things like that is because not a lot of people get it, because it's like, am I really going to go outside 3 times a week just for the movies? Some people do actually go outside. Very surprising. But it's like, you already are spending it. So the idea of utilizing it is a lot easier than the idea of going to spend it, if that makes sense. So I think that might be something worth it, because then it gives you more reason to see smaller movies. Like, you're not just like, oh, I'm going to go see the big movie of the year, and that'll be worth it because it's the movie of the year. Like, honestly speaking, if I didn't have the membership, I don't know if I would have saw Sinners. Like, it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing. And I know I've heard good things about the movie. I've heard great things, but it didn't come off as my type of movie. So I was like, now I might as well. And with that, you get to see a lot more. And because of that, you get to keep in mass. If more people did that, more movies would be able to come out in theaters and stay in theaters. So it would kind of be a self-fulfilling prophecy of people buying memberships to go see movies, and then movies being able to stay out longer, and more people seeing movies, keeping movies going even longer. Because honestly, I don't think there's anything like the movie theater experience. You get the thrills and the downfalls of a story. It's kind of like an amusement park ride if it's like a more action-packed movie. And at the same time, you get to just sit in a place that's designed to make you enjoy it with people that are there to enjoy it. And there's really nothing like that, because seeing it at home will never be the same thing. Even though you have the convenience, but you're less likely to see a movie at home because you can see it whenever you want. And with that being said, I would say, as crazy as this sounds, a membership might be the best thing to happen in the movie business.
I don't know what you guys expected. I'm wearing a Daredevil mask at home.